Timberwolves are reminding everyone they'll be just fine while they wait for Jimmy Butler to come back from injury. Last night against the defending champs, Karl-Anthony Towns rose to the occasion, helping his team stop a season-high 3-game losing streak. To Minnesota we go, KD and the Warriors. Visiting the Timberwolves, will pick it up with just 2 minutes to go. Golden State down by 4. Durant dribbles into a pull-up 3. Now Golden State down by 1. KD finished with 39 points. Moments later, T-Wolves still up by 1. Karl-Anthony Towns with that baseline turnaround jumper. That clutch shot over Draymond Green. T-Wolves up by 3. Now ensuing Minnesota possession, Towns misses the shot, gets his own rebound, and gets the putback to ice the game. Towns finished with 31 points, 16 rebounds. The T-Wolves win this one by 6. Now back to First Take.
Tony, thank you. No Steph appears to be a problem for those Warriors as Karl-Anthony Towns dominates the defending champs in their second straight loss. Max, what was your biggest takeaway from the Timberwolves win over Golden State?
Karl-Anthony Towns is all the way here. It's the best player on the team, including Jimmy Butler. And he is going to push Anthony Davis in this coming era as the best big in the game. This is a golden era of bigs in the NBA, and no one seems to understand it. People talk about the point guards, and sure, point guards are the keys to many offenses, to all the offenses, really. And that's true, and it's turned into, like, a lot of three-point, either dunk it in the paint or you take a three-point shot. I get that's what the league has turned into. But consider what a big really means. Like, how tall do you have to be a big? Forget about position you play. 6'10"? Think of how many great players there are 6'10" and over. Embiid and Porzingis, everyone knows, and their health issues and everything else. Those are fantastic players when they're healthy. AD is the best among the bigs. Karl-Anthony Towns pushing him now. But even guys like Antetokounmpo, KD, Ben Simmons, these guys are 6'10" and better and balling. There's never, and there are half a dozen guys I haven't mentioned who are really good. And Karl-Anthony Towns, if he's not at the very head of the pack, he's just about there, Stephen A. He's been playing defense this year, which out of college it looked like he'd be able to do. But then all of a sudden last year, hey, what's up with Karl-Anthony Towns' defense? It's here. This guy is one of the major forces. He has arrived in the NBA. You can build a championship team around that guy. And that's what I took away from last night. Look out, league. Obviously, not that he ain't going to win a championship this year, but that could be in the offing in the not-too-distant future.
No disagreement on Karl-Anthony Towns. He's the real deal, as I had to acknowledge to his parents who constantly remind me that I doubted him coming out of Kentucky a little bit. I thought he should have been #2 instead of #1 overall.
Who'd you have at #1?
I wanted Jahlil Okafor.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Well, back to the basket player. That's how I looked at it. A big backside with 20 and 10. I thought he got screwed over in Philadelphia personally, but it wasn't that I didn't think that Karl-Anthony Towns could do what he did. I'm just saying that for a big, I wanted somebody that could play to their back to the basket.
In the 80s. You wanted someone from the 80s.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I really, really did, based on everything else that they had going on. But having said all of that, here's the deal. As it pertains to my takeaway from last night's games, it has nothing to do with Karl-Anthony Towns. It has nothing to do with the Minnesota Timberwolves. It has everything to do with the Golden State Warriors, and particularly Kevin Durant. Let me look in the camera and say this right now. Kevin Durant, I don't want to hear how much you miss Steph Curry, how much y'all miss Steph Curry. Get over it. You're a superstar. This dude is a career 27-point per game scorer. Rear. Kevin Durant could average 30 in his sleep. 26.6 this year. 53% shooting from the field. 43% shooting from three-point range. I recall Max Kellerman religiously bringing up the fact the Golden State Warriors went to Game 7 of an NBA Finals without Steph Curry. So why the hell can you do it? With Steph Curry without KD. So why can't they do it without Steph Curry? Last time I checked, the rest of the personnel is up in there. So this is what I'm saying. Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City. That's the only complaint that I've ever had with him. I think he's class. He's a great basketball ambassador. He's a superstar. I'm not trying to cast any aspersions on him. But what have you talked about religiously, Max Kellerman, when it comes to Kevin Durant? How he didn't necessarily want to be that alpha dog, like a Russell Westbrook or somebody else. So you sat up there and people were accusing him of jumping on the bandwagon. Well, guess what? You go last year, you averaged 35 in the finals. You give it to Cleveland, LeBron James included. You win the finals. You win NBA Finals MVP, but Steph Curry is on the court with you. Well, we know what Steph Curry can do on the court without you because he did it. What are you going to do? Because even though we expect Steph Curry to come back, and there's no question about that, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see any reason why Golden State shouldn't be. And I'm not saying to take Houston. Forget Houston for a second. I'm just saying this. Based on your own abilities, what I saw with Steph Curry without Kevin Durant in the Warriors uniform, how come I can't see that would come from Kevin Durant without Steph Curry in the uniform?
I'll explain it to you.
And all I'm saying is this. You can give me all the reasons in the world, but in the end, I'm talking to Kevin Durant. I'm saying for you, I understand me and you go debate it, but I'm saying if you're Kevin Durant, this is a prime opportunity to remind the world you are coming for that title as best player in the world. You are coming for that title to validate your finals MVP stature. You are coming for the world to validate the fact that you are one of the greatest players on the planet. When you're doing that, I don't want to hear anything about, well, we really miss Steph Curry. Well, duh, I understand it. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Sometimes I'll agree with you on this show, Stephen A., and as the kids do, I'll say, preach. But in this case, it really is apropos because you have a religious bent to your argument, meaning you have an undisprovable hypothesis. No evidence can disprove your hypothesis. And when evidence comes in to disprove your hypothesis, you shift and start yelling at the guy. This is what I was talking about when I said Steph Curry's the most important guy on the team. This is what I was talking about when I said the Rockets, here's something they do better than the Golden State Warriors. They have two elite ball handlers who can get to the paint, finish, kick out, make elite decisions, and hit it from the outside, and Golden State only has one. This is what I was talking about. Now you're getting angry at Kevin Durant because you're like, hey, you should have enough. You're coming from the throne. That's the story, the narrative you'd like to see play out. But in fact, the most important player, look, KD's the best player on the team. We're talking about what makes Golden State Golden State. Number one, it's Steph. Number two is Draymond, Stephen A. Number two is Draymond, the pick and roll partner, the guy who can switch on 5 positions, who can guard your big, who can also stretch the floor. It is what it is. It's not KD's fault. That's the architecture of the team.
Well, first of all, you need to know who the hell you're doing the show with. My name ain't Shaquille O'Neal. I'm loud anyway. Don't tell me I'm loud if I think I'm wrong. I ain't mumbling, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I disagree with me and I get loud. No, I'm loud when I'm passionate. I'm excited because I love what I'm talking about and I love what I do. I am not angry. I am passionate. I'm not losing any sleep over Kevin Durant. I don't give a damn whether he scored 2 points or 50. I'm going to sleep well at night. My crib is lovely, okay? And I'm going to sleep well no matter what. All I'm saying is we're talking about a subject that I'm passionate about. This dude is one of the best in the world. With or without Steph Curry, handle your business. That's all.
That doesn't mean you're going to be an elite team without a point guard.
I'm saying to you, I don't want to hear from one of the top 2 players on the planet. I really miss Kevin. I don't want to hear that. That's all I'm saying. What's wrong with that?
Are you not entertained? When we come back, there is no question about Odell Beckham's talent on the field.
I miss Steph Curry too. How about that?
Is about to tell you why OBJ could throw it all away. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow, our Tournament Challenge special. Will Stephen A. or Max pick the Tar Heels to repeat as national champs? That's Tuesday on First Take.